Some parts of Tasman have had nearly half a year's rain in just 2 weeks, as the region is getting hammered by the third intense weather system in as many weeks. Mayor Tim King declared a preemptive state of emergency as heavy rain fell on already sodden ground and around 100 homes have already been evacuated. Senior reporter Juliet Speedy begins our coverage.
Across Tasman, never has rain been less welcome, and the fear now is for the worst.
Immediately, it's obviously people and people's lives, so ensuring that people are safe through this next 12-hour period, and whether that's people needing to leave their homes in anticipation of the worst happening, and just so that's the first priority always.
Tasman has seen half a year's worth of rain in just 2 weeks. More than 100 homes have already been evacuated, and Mayor Tim King declared a preemptive state of emergency last night. By morning, he was deeply worried.
So 6 months worth of rain in 2 weeks. Everything is unbelievably saturated. Any bit of rain that falls, even 5 or 10 mils, surface water appears, creeks come up almost instantly. I've never experienced anything like it. I've lived here my whole life. So, yeah, it's I would say unprecedented.
Rocks Road, the main highway into Nelson, was closed this afternoon due to a slip. Just last week, dramatic footage showed a rockfall there during the morning commute. Nelson's Maitai River had doubled its flow since 10 o'clock this morning, but wasn't showing signs of breaking its banks. Sandbags lined properties in Appleby as the rain returned.
I've known the property for 80 odd years, and we've never had water like this coming through it because of all the new subdivisions and seas are putting it up further.
This woman tried to flood-proof her property following the 2022 floods.
Really worried. I mean, it's raining heavier and heavier, and it's got to go somewhere.
Farms and orchards across the region are taking another hit. This is Eckodale Orchard, a fifth-generation apple and pear orchard in Tasman, wiped out in the last floods and hit again today.
Even if we hadn't had the damaging events, this wet is making farming a phenomenally difficult occupation. Then horticulture, obviously some of the hop gardens and apple orchards, kiwi fruit that's been impacted, that's significant as well.
Over in Marlborough, this latest downpour will continue to hamper work to clear this huge slip that occurred 10 days ago along the north bank of the Wairau River, restricting access to a community of about 250 who live upriver in the Onamalutu Valley. Tim King says mental health across the district is at an all-time low.
One of the concerns about this forecast is the wind. We haven't had that in the last 14 days, but we've got a wind watch as well as a rain warning. So the ground is so saturated that the risk of falling trees impacting on both the river system and the roading network is much heightened this time round.
Authorities are monitoring conditions minute by minute, but know the need for long-term support is growing just as fast.
Heather Keats is the head of weather news at Met Service. In Met Service, earlier I asked her about the red rain warning that has been issued for parts of Tasman.
Obviously, we don't do that lightly. This is the first time that particular area has ever been put under a red warning. It's only the second red warning for the year, only the 17th red warning since we started the warnings in 2019. So that shows just how serious this weather event has been and unfolding. And they still have quite a few hours left under that warning period with very heavy rain and, of course, strong winds as well with that wind watch in place. So we've seen the rain moving through today. We've seen the downpours. There are more of those sort of thunderstorms, those heavy downpours expected tonight, and the impacts from that will continue well into dark and into tomorrow.
Now, this is the third event in as many weeks. Why is this region being hammered like this?
It's just the way it's exposed at the moment to this weather cycle that we're in. We're getting these low pressure systems, these troughs of low pressure, and then we get these active fronts coming in off the Tasman Sea and moving over the west. And then when it's tied into like a north or northeast wind, that exposes that whole northwest of the South Island to those storms coming in. It has been relentless. It seems to be one storm get a couple of days of dry weather, and then the next one hits. And that's why the impacts are so great. And that's why this red warning has been issued. It's not solely on just the weather that they're experiencing today and tonight. It's about the cumulative effects of all of that weather over the last 3 and 4 weeks. So when we see this rain come through and already saturated and sodden areas and already in recovery mode, it doesn't take much to see the impacts repeated. And so that's just what they're experiencing.
And so important to take that red warning seriously. Now, Auckland and Northland are also in the firing line, so what should they be expecting this evening?
Yeah, so there is, of course, that orange heavy rain warning in place for them for the next few hours. Strong wind watch also, and we are seeing those downpours move through. So you have the background rain and you have the background wind, and those are covered by our warnings and watches. But when those thunderstorms move through, then you get the exacerbated impacts and effects from the heavy rain, the downpours, and also the strong wind gusts that come with them. So there is going to be still quite a few hours left as these fronts move across, and as they leave Auckland and Northland, move over the Coromandel Peninsula, then it's Bay of Plenty's turn, parts of Tairāwhiti Gisborne also under an orange warning through till tomorrow morning, so it could be a long night for some.